Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. No, it's not morning. It's afternoon. It is afternoon, you all. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb so that we don't have any interruptions. Hey, GT, you number one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am finally up. I'll explain shortly. GT, if you don't mind, can I make you a moderator? Do, 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 do. I'm rocking my bless. Hey, Farah Chaz. Girl, I just sent you an email. Let me know if you got it. Thanks, GT. And Farmer Chaz, I'd love to make you a moderator too, if you don't mind. Let me knock those out. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Farmer Chaz. Uh-oh. Why is it not? Let me see. Okay. Add moderator. Okay, cool beans. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, Sunday, October the 26th. The temperature here currently that's a great question. Should probably start lives out. It is currently 61 degrees, mostly cloudy. The low temp today is going to be 40 degrees. So since you asked, I am looking at the temperature for the next, I guess, 10 days here. And the highs actually, next Monday it'll be 64 high. Okay, cool, Chaz. Cool. Hey, Shadow. Thanks for joining. Wait, it's 23 people on here? How sway? How sway. So if there are 23 people on here, I am sure there are people on here who I have not officially met. So let me introduce myself. My name is Shelly. I am the host, your host of Shelly's Homestead Hideaway. I appreciate you all for being here on today. 36 degrees. Oh, GT Junior. Woo. Baby, that is cold. That's cold. Okay. So, you guys heard me mention to Farmer Chaz that I sent her an email. If you did not see her live virtual hot pepper challenge, it was the bomb. Yeah, it is really nice outside right now. I was in Raleigh yesterday all day, drove down, did a bunch of work, drove back, and we got back like around 4:30, I think, this morning, and went straight to bed. And I didn't get up until like noon. So that's why I was still saying like good morning, because for me, it's still kind of the beginning of my day. Um, So, what I'm going to do, because the weather is starting to change here, I'm going to take these sunglasses off because y'all know I be telling y'all I like to see y'all and I want y'all to see me. They're not sunglasses, they're prescription glasses. um, so, today, what I'm going to do, I want to do some cleanup in the garden beds because I need to plant my garlic, which I have not unboxed yet. So, I'm going to take you guys, you from down south, Shelly. Chaz, what you mean? What you mean? I detect a little bit of shadiness in that. You from down south? Maryland is south. Maryland is south, and I was born and raised here. People often tell me that I have this accent that I don't hear personally, and yeah. So what's down south for you? What is considered down south? I'm gonna pull my live stream up on my other phone, on my business phone, so that if I happen to be, I hope I can pull it up, looking away. Okay. So, Chaz, I go to North Carolina because GT Maryland is south-ish. Um, it's southern, and I live in what is considered Southern Maryland. Um, it ain't south south, but I get y'all. I get y'all. Um, what was it? North Carolina, Chaz. The hired help and I have property in North Carolina, and we were in the process of turning it over for a new tenant. And so usually when that happens, we are going down every weekend to get the house ready, to do tours, because we like to meet our tenants face to face before we make a decision. Oh, you from South Carolina? What part of South Carolina? Now that is South. My husband has family down in South Carolina, specifically Loris, Nichols, near Myrtle Beach area. I'm still drinking my coffee. Okay, okay. Now, my father, and I didn't know my father's side of the family that well, but I'm trying to remember now if he was originally from North Carolina or South Carolina. I forget. Oh, you an hour from the beach. Okay. My husband and them, they have family that's like 30 minutes from Myrtle Beach area. So we are often, because we travel in our RV, we are in North Carolina probably quite a bit. Um, Now I'm not sure who said, somebody said show me around. Was that a Daniel or a David I saw? Um, I'm not necessarily going to do a tour today. You'll see what you see as I go about my task. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and unbox this garlic because one, oh, it smells so good. I can smell it through the box. Um, I don't remember what I ordered, and I kept saying I was going to wait and do a unboxing. They put you guys right here. You guys can actually see my garden is down there. Okay. Um, So let me get this box open. I don't know if I got finished saying, I get distracted easily. Farmer Chaz's hot pepper challenge has gone virtual, and she had a guest today foraging. I don't know her name. Chaz, you can put it in the chat. Foraging something, and she did the hot pepper challenge virtually today, and it was amazing. It was hilarious. Um, and as a result, I got suckered in to committing to doing the hot pepper challenge virtually as well. Um, Hello, Samina. Um, and I also, because I can't take heat, even though Chad said I took the hot sauces like a G, I don't do heat like my son can do heat. So this is going to be very interesting because I have gotten him to commit to doing the hot pepper challenge with me. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here. Um, Let me tell y'all where I ordered this from because I've honestly forgotten even where I ordered it from. Okay, this is from In My Gardener. In My Gardener. Um, my order. Okay, so looking at this, I ordered one, two, three, four, five. I ordered five types of garlic. We'll go over them, and I ordered three each of the five types of garlic. And then there are instructions in here. But I have planted garlic before. Last season was my first successful season, and it was a very successful season. Foraging and urban farming at the Hermit House. Okay, that's who did it. It was so good. She was such a good sport. Bellingham Mom. I look like Bellingham Mom. I'm not sure who that is. Hopefully, it's a compliment. All right, so let's get to it. Here's the first garlic. Comes in a nice bag, netted bag. and clearly marked with a label. So I really like that. Last year I ordered garlic. I don't remember who I ordered it from. And they came in like these little paper bags that had a stamp on them. And some of them, it was kind of hard to tell what they were. Thank you, Chaz. Oh, a football player. Oh, okay. No, my son, and you guys will see if you guys watch the virtual challenge whenever we get that schedule. My son is a big guy, but he is not a football player. Like he towers, he's up to here. Like I'm 5 foot. My son is about here. He's like 5'11", and he's big. So first one is early Italian garlic. Good question. Let me see if it says on here because I don't think it does. I do know that I ordered a mixture. Okay, it does says on the form. So the early Italian is a soft neck garlic. Then I have, and you can see they come in different, they're different sizes. And once I'm ready, oh look, oh maybe that one broke off. I see a loose clove in there. Um, I'll be breaking these down into the cloves and planting them. Get a little windy. Gotta hold these things down. All right. Next up, we have. Okay, I grew these last year. Echilium red, and this is a soft neck, and I feel like these didn't do as well for me. And yeah, see, even now I'm feeling some soft spots on some of this garlic. And I think this is what happened last year. It just, the rest of them feel pretty firm, but I feel like they didn't perform as well for me, but I could be lying. I could be lying. Next, I have, I got the Cheshire red, and this one is Chestnut Chestnut red, chestnut red, and it's a purple stripe garlic, and this is a hard neck. Teresa, right now I'm just unboxing my garlic, showing you guys what I ordered. Okay, I'm just testing the firmness of these. The next one is the Kansky, and it is a hard neck garlic. The Kansky. Let me try to give you guys a close up too of what the garlic looks like. That's the Dukansky. Let me go back. This is the chestnut, and you can see that reddish, purplish tint in that garlic. This is the Echilium red. This is that soft neck. So you can see there's a little soft spot there. I won't be able to plant that one. I don't see any red through the garlic itself, through the paper. This is the early Italian. Looks like just a white garlic. Nice. You can see this is a whole clove right here. These are nice sized cloves that I'll be planting. And last but not least, we have Sicilian. And the Sicilian this also is a soft neck. So let me do this. Let me separate. The soft neck is the Sicilian, the Echilium, and the early Italian. Then hard neck, I got the chestnut red and the Dukansky. All right. So that's what I have. Thank you for moderating so well. Chaz. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this stuff out, leave them in the box. I'm not going to be planting them today unless I get my beds cleaned out. Um, and I may try to put them in the ground later on. So, next up on my list today, let me bring you guys over here and I'm going to point out what I'm going to be doing. So you guys get a overview of my garden area here. I got some scissors here. I'm going to use as my pointer so y'all can see where I'm pointing. So you can see right here, that's that big okra that's leaning over. I think I'm going to go ahead and get ready to take this okra down as well as the other one. But I may leave the one that is further over there. I might leave that up for a little while longer just to see what happens as it gets colder. But I'm going to go down and clean out the two two silver beds, the one right here, the closest one there, and that one over there. My goal today is to get those beds cleaned out. There are pepper plants in there. I'm gonna go ahead and take those down because we are gonna be getting frost soon and they'll be done. I will not be overwintering. Yes, Chaz, I noticed. Okay, yeah, see, now I'm down to six. I'm down to only six people. So I knew it was a lot of trolls in here. Oh, you fine, girl. You is fine. That's why I said, let me make you a mod because I need a moderator that's going, be on top of it. So yeah, so I'm gonna go down and clean out those two beds. I'm gonna take you guys with me to do that. And I believe I am going to, I hadn't fully decided, but I think I'm gonna plant garlic in one of those two beds. More than likely, I may do it on the one on the outside. Reason being, as the season changes, the sun changes in how much sun you get where. And so the way my house is situated, the sun literally comes up there and it literally comes over this way. So in the winter, the inside closer to my house gets less sun. So I'm going to put the garlic on the farther outside so that as the season changes in the spring, it's getting more sun early on. It's not so much for the sun right now, but that's what I'm going to do. Chaz, I do have some peppers down there. What did I say they were called? The Santa Fe peppers. I have a lot of them on the three plants that I have. I think I'm gonna go ahead and harvest those and see what I can do with them. What else are we gonna do? I think that's pretty much it. Anybody got any questions? GT, are you still on? Let me know. I did not send a message to my group, my girls. Um, make some hot hunt. Hmm. Hmm. Great idea, Chaz. Okay, GT, thanks so much. Um, so they're not red yet. That's the only thing. So I don't think they're that hot. Look. Maybe I'll just taste one live in the garden. Maybe I'll do that and see what's what. I normally try to wait for them to turn red. Okay, artists, have an amazing day on purpose. Okay. Hello, silly noodles. Yeah, it's some weird stuff going on right now. Some weird stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and get down here in the garden. The other thing I would like to get done today, I have a tier. I don't think I show you guys this tier too much. And I got my gloves for the garden glove crew. I'm gonna take my other phone. I wasn't able. Now I'm gonna leave it up here. Let me show y'all my tier behind me. So right here is a tier that I have mints primarily in. Um, these are different types of mints in here. And on top, I have a couple of strawberry plants that my previous tenant gifted me. I need to plant those. And then I have the strawberry plants that are clearly growing out of my worm compost bin, which was not active this year, but I still have worm castings in there. And I have some strawberry plants, it looks like, growing out of the bottom of it. So my goal today will be to try to get those out of there and plant it. This tier is, let me see, one, two, three, four, five. This is five tiers right here. The sixth tier is over on the ground. I had cleaned it out. So the plan is to put the soil back in there and hopefully plant these strawberry plants in there. With a tube at where I was hooking my guy up with a G tube. G tube. What's a G tube? GT. Putting these gloves on. I'm gonna try to work them in. I washed these and then I set. I don't know if you guys hear that plane or not. Um, I live in a. I live not far from the Air Force Base, so I'm right in the flight path. And these gloves sat in the sun drying and they're just super, super stiff. So I'm gonna see if I can break these back in. Oh, a feeding tube. Gee, okay, GT. Maybe I didn't know what you did. I thought I'm not sure what I thought you did for a living, but are you in the medical field? Help a sister out. Because if you are, I did not know that, and that is amazing. Chaz, I don't know. One of my walking friends gifted me these. I think they came from Aldi. It says that the palms are leather, and yeah, and they had the foam stuff. I just don't know if I damaged them by leaving them out. Okay, GT, that is awesome. Thank you for the work that you do because that is super, super important. Yeah. All right. So let's get this party started. Who dat? No, I'm not in Idaho. Leave my glasses there. I'm trying to think about what I need before I go down there. I'm gonna grab my wagon. And I have already gathered up some tools. Somebody made a post recently about um, tools, and I was like, I am so guilty. Like, I do not take care of my garden tools the way I should. And I keep saying I'm going to do a video about how to take care of them, but I have yet to do it. And today I have gathered up quite a few of my tools, and I'm going to try to make sure at the end of this season I don't know if I can work with these gloves. I'm trying to break them back in. I don't think these are gonna work. I'm gonna get some more. Um, I have my tools that I have put in here right now, so I'm gonna put them in the wagon in case I need anything. Here is that sixth tier that I was talking about. I completely emptied it out. And here is the soil, which you can see it actually has some weeds growing up in it now. White earpiece is coming out. Okay, the white powder is diatomaceous earth. Chaz, right? I'm like, if this is what's gonna happen when I wash my gloves, I'm gonna be less inclined to wash them. But I'm gonna go in and grab another pair of gloves. This soil, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in. I'm not gonna worry about pulling weeds out of them. I had put diatomaceous earth in there because there were a lot of ants and things growing. I mean, living in this soil, and it's been out here for weeks now, like literally weeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that in, put this soil back in the tier, add some, I'm gonna add some fresh stuff to it. I'm gonna add some because I want the soil to be a little on the loose side. I'm gonna add some cocoa core. I'm gonna add some cocoa core to the mix before I add it back in there. Add some fertilizer, and then I'm going to be planting those two strawberry plants, one in each of the circles, and then the one that I get, or if I get multiples from over there, I'll plant it in the other one. Those will be my strawberry plantings. All right, let me get some gloves, y'all. Okay, so I am back. Got me some more gloves. I don't know if Google is tripping or what, but Farmer Chaz, you might be the only one left. I washed these gloves, and as you can see, these these have sprung back nicely. I've had these for a few seasons as well. And I don't know, I feel like I got these from Aldi, or actually I might have bought them from Home Depot, but I do like them a lot. Oh, okay. What you cooking? Hey, Donzel, welcome, welcome. I have already done my garlic unboxing, pasta and seasoning meat for the week. Oh, you wanted them. You wanted them, Chaz. You be having your stuff ready early. I love that. Oh, okay. Yeah, my husband actually cooks, so I don't worry about cooking anything when I'm traveling without him because he can cook for himself. And I'm super busy with, my full-time job. I also have my business that I run. So the amount of cooking I do these days is very limited. I'm just mixing up this soil good. I do not, I don't see any ants in here. So that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and get some cocoa core to add to this. Oh my goodness. Wait, now your daughter, I do know her name. I'm just not gonna say it just because it's your child. Um, she yeah, Donzel. Um, what was I gonna say? That is funny that she said that he just makes her rice with nothing in it. That is hilarious. My husband, the hired help, is actually very he can cook pretty good. He made breakfast this morning. Um, I did end up scrambling the eggs, but he had already mixed them up. So when we got up this morning or this afternoon, He was super hungry. He came down, started the sausage, the grits, and the eggs, and even the coffee, actually. And then I just finished it, made his plate, and took it up to him. Hey, this is Bliss, aka Jam. Yes, what a nice surprise, girl. Listen, we're gonna be having our live chat this evening as well. Awesome. So for those of you who do not know, this is Bliss, is my good friend. She has a gardening slash, or I should say RV slash gardening YouTube channel. Check her out. We were actually just together again. The very first time I met her, I went to a garden tea party in her absolutely beautiful garden. And then I shared with them about our upcoming RV trip with our club. And her husband came, and we had a fantastic time hanging out together. I did not do any recording for that. I believe she did. So hopefully she'll post a video. Donzel, harvesting. I'm going to probably harvest whatever peppers are in the two beds that I'm going to focus on cleaning out, as well as some Santa Fe peppers, but they are not red yet at all. What was I going to get? Some cocoa core. I think you guys can still hear me while I'm away from the camera because I am on Bluetooth. So give me a moment. I'll be right back on camera. All right. So I had in the garage already this 5 gallon bucket. This is all cocoa core that I had I don't say call it rehydrating it. Um Earlier in the season I thought I was gonna need it, but I ended up not needing it all. So as you can see, it's still very loose. It's been covered up in the garage. So I'm just gonna add some of this to this soil that I already have out here. You know, actually, this is still some chunks of brick in here. And Chaz, I'm not, who's playing right now? My husband is watching football right now. Um, even though I like watching football, I've gotten to a place where um, I don't make it a priority as far as watching the games if I have other things to do. So I just catch up on the scores and I catch the games when I can catch them. All right, I think that might be enough. What's wrong? You can't say my team's name? Oh, you play fantasy football? Okay. Um, you can say my team. You can say my team name. It ain't gonna rub off on you. For those that don't know, I am a Dallas Cowboy fan. Always have been since I was a kid. My husband likes to clown me about it because he's a Washington Commanders fan. You can say the name. You could say that. Say my name. Put some respect on my name. Oh, so we are a house divided, um, but it's all in fun. You know, I don't get emotionally um, involved in all this stuff. I love talking trash, but at the end of the day, they don't put no money in my pockets, so I don't get upset. But I will talk trash. Okay. Now I don't really care about the Texans. No, I didn't know that, Chaz. The Cleveland Browns. I ain't even mad at Cleveland. Not sure if you guys can see what I'm doing or not. Let me lower the camera just a little bit. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll harvest some Swiss chard today. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill this tier up. And for anyone interested, I do help host a live chat bi-weekly. That will be happening this evening from 8 to 10 p.m. So that's why I try to get out here on Sundays, especially when we have the live stream, so I can get my chores done before we have our live. But it was so nice to get up, and I was actually eating my breakfast, Chaz, while the hot pepper challenge was going on. So hopefully we can work out something with my son's schedule and my schedule, because it'd be crazy, and get that hot pepper challenge in before it's too late. I do leave room in these containers. All right. So since that went so easy, actually, I'm going to go ahead and plant these strawberry plants in here. Oh, you harvested bok choy today, Jan. About to cook them along with some of the sweet potatoes recently harvested. The captain is grilling something out there. Love cooking for. I know that's right. That is just the beauty of growing. Excuse me, growing things that you can actually use in your kitchen on a daily basis. Okay, Donzel. Thank you so much. Chaz, I think I saw, or maybe I heard you say you were going to be planting your garlic. I might not have seen the video yet. I did see that some of your garlic was sprouting, and it does tend to. That it's fine. It's fine, Chaz, that it is sprouting. I do know that when I planted my garlic the past 2 seasons, it does sprout not long after you've planted it, and that is perfectly fine. Moved your strawberries and they're still producing. Okay, so we're gonna see what happens with the strawberries, because I have not been successful with strawberries, and it is something that um, the hired help would really like. I think strawberries. So as you guys can see here, the two strawberry plants. These are nice size containers actually. So I'm gonna have to take quite a bit of this soil that I put in here out, and then I can plant around it. Oh, like something was crawling on me. Ooh, Chaz, I know you can relate. I hate feeling like it's a bug on me. All right, so I am going to scoop a good bit of this soil out of here. As if I had been thinking, I would have waited. So I'm literally pulling most of the soil out, leaving enough on the bottom. I'm going to put the container in here. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to go right there. And let me see. What happened? Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. So this one right here is sitting on top of the soil that I had put in there. This one I have taken the soil out and I have placed it down in here. I actually want it a little higher because I want that crown up above the soil. So let me add another scoop. Test fit that in there. I like how that's sitting. And then I want it this direction. Feel like I should have it a little bit higher, but I'm gonna start there. So I leave it in the container, sit it in there, and then I can just put my soil around the container. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today while I do this. Appreciate it. Get these strawberries on in here. Hey, I am. You need me? I was just talking about you and wanting strawberries, so I'm planting these strawberry plants. All right, so I'm gonna drop this one in here next. Turn it this way again because I want it to grow outside of the container. I'm gonna come check the comments in a minute, guys. That was the hired help there. He doesn't really like to be on camera, but he will get on every now and then. So let's see, what am I missing here? Oh, you be running. Okay, Jan. Awesome. Okay, guys. So that's that. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna just take this with me. Let me adjust the camera. I'm gonna just take the um, container that I have the soil in with me over to the worm bin and see if I can get these other strawberries out and see what we have. Trying to make this quick work today, but when you get in the garden, it always seems to take longer than expected. All right. So let me see. Let me see if I can get you guys down in there. Yep. So I'm going to be going right there to get that strawberry plant. All right. Uh-oh. We got her out. We can bring her up and show it to you guys. No. So Farmer Chaz, that is my worm compost bin. As I said, I did not have it active this season, but there were still worm castings in there. Hey, G Mama. Um, and in the worm compost bin, we we compost the scraps of fruits and vegetables in there, which include the cutting off the tops of strawberries, etc. And so, anytime you have stuff that you are composting, in particular, in the worm compost bin, it's not uncommon to actually have something grow that you had actually composted in there. So, let me just bring this up and show it to you guys. Here is this was came out of the very bottom of the worm compost bin, and these are actually this is worm castings. So it has grown in the actual worm castings. So I'm just going to take it, and this looks like it's two separate plants. Trying to get a good angle. So this is one, and this is another one right here. But I may just go ahead and put them in the same. I know, isn't that cool? Um, put them in the same um, single circle that I have left over. Um, so yeah, you can end up with potato plants, all kinds of stuff growing in the worm composting bin. Um, have you ever researched worm composting, Chaz? Is it something that you consider doing? I would like to restart mine. It'll be next year because it's hard to keep the worms alive during the winter. So now that I have harvested this, I'm gonna go plant it. That plant is happy. Yes, it is. I was super excited when my husband, I think I don't know where I was at. He sent me a picture. He was like, "Hey, you got a strawberry plant growing in this worm compost." I have a verma hut indoors. Oh, okay, that is cool, G Mama. I have been afraid to do it indoors. So, Chaz, let me tell you, I am 1000% with you. Um, I am not that girl now. I don't know. I don't. I feel like so. You must don't fish either, because I know I don't fish because I don't really like to touch worms. Um, yeah, I don't really like to touch worms, but for the sake of the garden, I have I don't know. I'm gonna say I didn't buoy myself up enough that I do have a worm compost bin when I have it active. I was wondering, Chaz. I was wondering. I said somebody else probably does her baiting for her. So for this right here, I'm gonna go ahead, turn you guys down so you can see. I'm gonna plant in this one right here, and because these are, I kind of like the idea of just leaving it in this root ball actually. And we're gonna see what happens. Leave some soil there. Take a big chunk out. And I'm just gonna put these babies in here. And I think what I'm gonna do, yeah, I have some stakes over there. I'm gonna make sure I mark this one so that I know that these are the ones that came out of the worm compost bin. Try to keep this crown uncovered because I think in the past that's been my issue is that I probably planted too deep. Adding a little more soil. And what I'm going to do, because this soil is very loose. Hey, Jacqueline. Oh, okay. Oh, I might be able to do that. I could probably manage the fish scraps, Chaz. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and wet this down so that when I pull these containers out, the soil doesn't close up my hole. But I'm going to move this because I don't want to wet up all of the other soil, the peat moss, not peat moss, cocoa core. Now I don't know. I mean, I think for the winter they're fine. Jacqueline will probably know. Um, I'm just gonna leave them in this, and then Lord willing, they're gonna come back next season because I think they will die off once it gets really, really cold. All right, so we're gonna leave that for now, and we're gonna get on down here and get this bed cleaned out. I don't have my marker out here yet, but I will come back and I'm gonna mark this one as the one that came out of the worm compost bin. Okay, put mulch on the top to protect it from the cold. So, Jacqueline, I think the ones that were in the um that are in my tier already are June bearing, ever bearing. I think they're ever bearing. The ones that I just planted, two of them were gifts from my previous tenant, and I don't know what type they are. And then, of course, I don't know what type the one is that I just pulled out of the um, worm compost bin. You're going to cut the leaves down on your strawberries right before the frost and throw mulch on it. Oh, okay. That's cool. I typically I don't do anything to my strawberries in the winter, but that's probably cuz I just don't know any better. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get down here and clean these beds out so that I can hopefully get the garlic. Oh, let's check in on the peas. Y'all want to see the peas? These plants right here are growing super nice and healthy. I don't see any peas on them yet. Um, this is my first time growing peas, but man, the plants, these look so good. I'm super excited that I'm gonna have some peas. G Mama, I have thanks Chaz. Thank you so much. I have these pink lemonade And I'm just gonna do these the way I did my other blueberries. I'm just gonna let them be. Um, or do you think I should put frost protection on them? I am in zone 7B. It does get cold. We do get some freezing temps. Um, but I have those and I have some other blueberries somewhere. Somewhere. Chaz, did you get your hoary hoary um knife? We're gonna change the subject. Okay, some of these Santa Fe peppers are turning orange. Yeah, I knew you would get a kick out of that. You just want to mess with me. You just want to taunt me, girl. Um, okay, so does that mean you haven't ordered it yet or it just hasn't come yet? Just curious. Um, all right, so let me let y'all see what I'm working with here. This is the bed that I'm gonna go ahead and clean out completely, with the exception. I have some dill weed, I believe this is growing here. I'm gonna try to preserve this, and I'll tell you how because I'm certain it doesn't last through the winter. But I'm gonna show you what I plan to do. Okay, G Mama. Those pink lemonades, those were just planted this year, but earlier in the year, and they are in pots. My other blueberry is in a pot, but it has been coming back every year. So I'm going to believe that they're going to all be fine because they have been in their pots all season. Oh, okay, cool. So let me just go ahead and knock down this garden, and then I'm going to also be checking in. But try not to let y'all fall like Chaz did the other day. Chaz and I just have so much in common. It is hilarious. Um, all right, so let me to take you guys this direction because that's what we're going to be working on. Um, I'm just going to pull all the marigolds up. I'm not going to preserve any seeds from this stuff. And this is where I believe I'm going to plant some garlic at. So that's why I want to start with this one first. I'm literally just going to pull this stuff up and then come back and pull it up. Okay, so these roots are not that deep. I believe I had asked a question about whether or not the marigold roots can interfere with the growth of the fig um, tree because I have a fig tree that's not doing very well up there. And I wasn't certain if it was because of the marigolds. I'm just breaking these apart. I do have some marigold seeds that I have saved already. That's why I'm not um, going to save any of these. I have, okay, yeah, I have dill growing all through here. And I'm seeing all kinds of bugs in here too, y'all. That's what I'm looking at. I'm seeing like some little green critter things growing. I'm gonna see if I can show y'all what I'm talking about. This is making me itch. This is making me itch. Hi, Susan in Australia. Welcome back. I think you were on here before. Hi, country. Yes. Hey there. All right. So let me take the camera off and show y'all what I'm talking about. Yes, I have my gloves on. All right. So I'm going to take the camera down and I want to see if I can zoom in. Let me see and show y'all what I'm talking about. Stuff I see crawling around. Let me flip the camera. And let me see. Let me see. Oh, 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 it just jumped. Oh my gosh. Are the This is so weird, y'all. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. This is the poll. Y'all see that? Did y'all see that? They are grasshoppers? So grasshoppers grow in the soil? Is that what y'all telling me? Yeah, them jokers is jumping. Do I need to do anything? Oh, okay. See, now I got to do some research. Jacqueline, do you have any knowledge on the grasshoppers? I know that you are. Let's see if this circles. It did not go back the right direction. Okay, there we go. I send them to heaven, but okay, but how you send them to heaven, Chaz? What you doing? Put my gloves back on. Neem oil or diatomaceous earth, just like ants. Okay, cool. So what I will do, get you guys back. What I will do is once I pull up the plants, I will definitely put some diatomaceous earth down. I don't know if you guys can see this here onion. This one was covered by the massive red curry squash that I had growing here. Um, and so it's like now it's like it's doing its thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. This is just a, I guess a like a bunching onion. Do I want to save this? That's the question. Just put it in the wagon for now. Bring the wagon on down here. And look, talk about tools. Here's yet another tool that's been left out here. So I'm gonna add it to the bucket. Do, 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 do. Come on, get in there. There we go. Put this rubber protector back on. I've got these little support sticks that have been sitting in here. So I'm gonna take these out, get them put somewhere. Yeah, this is definitely dill. Um, and there's a ton of them grasshoppers growing in here. Um, this is the deal that I had planted in that bed. Yes, I do. I have a big bag of diatomaceous earth. Okay, Jacqueline, I'm glad to know I'm not the only one. Um, so because I did not harvest my deal fast this season, I have a lot of deal growing all over right now. I save all my little twisty ties because we gotta preserve things, right? So I'm gonna save that with my tools. Yeah, when I pull this stuff up, those grasshoppers are like, oh my gosh, she's disturbing our home. And I am very guilty of oftentimes pulling stuff. Hey, Mrs. J.K. Gardner, thank you for joining. Yes, High Country deal is amazing. I love it. Um, Here's some peppers that fell off that I'm not going to do anything with these. They're just going to go in. Oh, you know what? I can put these in the compost bin. I'm going to put these in the compost bin. I was saying that I am guilty of pulling things out of the garden. I leave them, and then the hired help will come through and clean up sometimes, especially if it is grass cutting day. All of this dill weed is growing. So my question to you guys, if I put a little tent protector over the dill weed, will it continue to grow? Because I think what I want to do is try to preserve this. And I'm going to show you those little $13 greenhouses that I ordered. I'm going to show it to you today. I put one together already and test fit it over something. So we're going to probably go to that next. All my little garden stakes, I take all of these and put them together so that next season, everything is in a place where I can just grab it and use it. Put all of that in there. This was one. See how you can literally make your own supporting stakes. All right, so let me show you guys. These are literally just 3 straight stakes. And then I purchased these little connectors so you can build your own support system. So again, I'm going to take this twist tie off. We're going to save this. We're going to go ahead and take this apart for the sake of saving time. Okay, GT. Thanks. I'm going to show that to you guys in just a moment because I'll be finished with this bed as soon as I pull these pepper plants up. But let me just break this stuff down. Because we spend a lot of money on our garden supplies and tools. So we want to take care of them as best possible. And eventually, Lord willing, I will have a greenhouse and I can have some of this stuff just stored in the greenhouse instead of outside all winter long. Have a little better organization. I know I think I'm off camera. You guys can't really see me. I am putting everything in the wagon so that I can put it over there with the rest of the stuff. Sometimes I hate to pull these pepper plants up because they have so much potential, but it's gonna get cold and then they're gonna be gone. There are so many peppers on here. Okay, let me see. You may want to harvest your leaves before dill flowers. It's not a cold hardy perennial. Um oh, for the dill. So yeah, I can probably harvest it where it is now, is what I'm thinking, to use it as the actual fresh herb. Um, I had a tent, but the wind blew it away. It worked well while I had it. Uh-uh. I got my gloves on, so this is the little touch finger. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead. Let me turn you guys this way. I'm gonna go ahead and take this pepper plant right here down. I'm gonna show you guys all of the peppers that are still on here. I didn't grab the sharpest, but look at here. Look at those peppers. These will be used up. And then look at the little baby. This is why it's always hard. I'll wait till the last possible moment to to clean up my green pepper plants. And this was actually this was yellow bell pepper. So I'm off camera, I believe. I'm gonna take these peppers off, the ones that are usable anyway. I just took the big peppers off. Should I take the wee little baby one? Take that one off too. I don't have enough room in our garage. Um, our garage is full. And what happens is I'm so busy that I tend to forget about them when they're in the garage, and I don't tend to them. So that's why I'm not going to try to salvage them. But you guys can see all the still getting blooms. Got some little baby peppers on here. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one and this one. I'm gonna keep those two peppers. And so what I'll do is I'll come back after I've done this, clean up and clean everything up. Because I find when I'm trying to clean everything, harvest and clean at the same time, there are more peppers. It takes me longer, not as efficient as me just dropping the stuff and then coming back and cleaning it later. Hey, Official Jamia, welcome, welcome. I can't believe it is 5 o'clock, y'all. No peppers on that one. Look at all the peppers that we're starting on here. These peppers, I'm telling y'all, it be like when the cool weather comes in, they be like, yes, it's our season. I'm not gonna be able to save all of these. I'm gonna save just a couple of the larger ones. And the rest will go bye-bye. Got these two here. I'm getting quite a little pile. It's another decent sized one here. Got that one there. And the witty bitty baby ones. You want some, Jacqueline? Um, I don't know if they're gonna last that long. Let me know. Let me know what to do to them so that I can get them to you on the 8th. Hey, Chanel. Hey, hey, hey. And remember, this is just one plant. I still have that other plant over there. And I have another plant over there, pepper plants. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Up, up came some of my dill weed with it. But as you can see, let me knock some of the soil off. Okay. So I want to show you guys this. This is the root system of that pepper plant. Okay. It's not super deep, a lot of small veining roots. There's the dill weed that has come off with it. But look how thick that stalk is. Okay. Okay, Jacqueline. So yeah. Now typically if you wanted to overwinter your peppers, basically you would take this. Let me see where my snips at. You would take your whole pepper plant up like this and clean it off of all of the. Now y'all gonna be like, oh, maybe I should go ahead and overwinter it. Y'all gonna make me think about this, showing y'all. I might have to consider it. But you would clean your pepper plant off, and somebody tell me if I'm wrong. You basically clean it off like this. Look at that. You would clean the roots, put it in some fresh soil, and overwinter it like just like this. Should I overwinter this? This is the stalk. Yep, exactly. So I have this 3 um, stems, so I could leave that. Oh, trim the roots too? A little bit. Okay. High Country says she tried overwintering. Growing season is short, but it didn't work. It was my first attempt. Yeah. So now that I've cut this one down, y'all really have me contemplating. So Chad says I should cut the roots some too. Oops, darn it. I should have put that soil over here. All right. So I'm going to consider preserving this if I can get it into a pot today, because that is all ready to be overwintered. So I'm just going to stick that in the pot with the tools for now. And this bed, and you guys still see? Yeah, she is thick. So I'm going to go over to the other bed and um, I always do this to make sure um, I'm not walking into any spider webs. Bring this one over. Y'all see the peppers? So Jacqueline may get some of these peppers. We touch base. I'll try to go ahead and clean them off and put them in the fridge. The problem is I don't have enough refrigerator space oftentimes to keep a lot of veggies whole. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I sure do. Trying to make this quick work. And maybe I'll end up with two plants to overwinter. I'm just going ahead and cleaning this one off as I go. Okay, I got a few more smallish ones on here. Again, all the little baby ones I'm not going to worry about. All right. I'm not going to pull this one up just yet, only because if I don't have a chance to pot it up, I don't want to have ruined my chance at storing it. I can't believe just being out here talking to y'all while I'm doing this, I didn't talk myself into overwintering pepper plant. So wow, yeah, this one has such good um it's got a really thick stem on it. So I'm just cutting it back. I don't know how much you guys can see, but there again, I have like one, two, three main stems, and I'm just going to leave those be. We're going to pull this marigold up. We'll move this outside of here. Going to pull these weeds. And then I'm going to get I'm going to take you guys now to see. Right. I'm going to go ahead and try. Hold on, let's see. I'm baking. Oh, chocolate cake. Yes. All right. So this bed is now free of everything with the exception of that pepper plant and these dill weed growing here. So what I want to do is let me show you guys something real quick if I can. This is one that I have not fully used. Okay, Jacqueline, this is a solar powered wire light. So if you guys have ever seen my arch lit up before, this is what I have on the arch. I literally wound this wire back and forth along the main parallel bars. And I had bought two because I thought I was going to need two and I only needed one. So this one hasn't been used. And so next year I'll try to use it for something. So I'm going to just leave it right here for now. And I'm going to take you guys over to my squash plant so I can show you the greenhouse frame that I have put together. Yes, you should, Farmer Chaz. Um, Now that one is solar, so I'm not sure how your greenhouse will work. Before I get over to the squash, y'all, look at my roselle. Is it time for me to harvest these yet? Some of these are nice and big. Is now when I harvest them? I've never grown them before. The big ones, should I go ahead and harvest those? And I have some more peppers growing back there that grew late. And then here are some more um, pea, pea plants that are growing. All right, so let's get over here. There's so much work to do in the garden, and my basil is giving life. All right, so let me see if y'all can see. Do y'all see my structure right there? This is the $13 greenhouse that I was talking about that my co-host was mad at me for because I didn't tell them about it. Because it was just one of them whim purchases. And it was limited time, and I literally ordered it at the last minute. So this here is a squash plant that I planted late. I started it indoors in the hydroponics, and then I moved it outside, and it is thriving. So I'm super excited. We're gonna check in and see what it's looking like, and I'm gonna trim off these lower leaves that are looking raggedy. I need to get some other snips though. So bear with me. I don't see the ones that I really want out here. All right. Here I come, y'all. Here I come. Here I come. All right. So I'm going to get over here. I love the fact, oh, you guys can't see me. So our beds that we have here near the fence, it is enough room that I can actually get by. So I love that when we built these beds. These are two of my first three big beds. They are 8 feet long by 4 feet wide, but there's space that I can walk behind them. So none of these shears are the best. I'm gonna try this one first. These leaves down here have turned black. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. I actually have a zucchini growing. I see a second one that has started. And of course, lots of blossoms. So I don't know if I can take you guys, how close I can take you in. I'm not gonna try to take you in close. We just gonna get this done. I'm trying to get the full branch off. I'm gonna open this area up to pollinators by getting rid of some of these lower leaves that are super big. I'm gonna try to take y'all in closer. Jacqueline, don't be mad. Don't be mad at me. All right, so I'm gonna bring you guys in close as I can so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this well enough. You'll be able to see my hands in a moment. So I'm trying to open up the area down here. So I'm just cutting off the leaves that I don't really need. And I'm cutting as close to the stem as possible, even though the what's the what's the bug that likes to devour? It's escaping me right now. Our squash plants. But there are lots of buds down here. So I'm just cleaning this up to make it easier for pollination. Because even though it's a little cool, I do still see some bees um, from time to time. And hopefully we'll get some more squash. So yeah, I'm just opening this up. Try not to cut my pollinating flowers growing there. Hopefully you guys can see okay. And then I'm going to take you in just a moment so you can really see the zucchini that's growing. All right, all right, all right. I know y'all can't see me. Hopefully y'all can see that I'm still working out here and opening up this lower area. Like y'all not really seeing that well, so I might as well. Vine board, yes, thank you, Chaz. I was like, I could not think of it at that moment. So, as you guys can see, I already had this tomato cage around the plant to help give it some support and for it to grow vertically. And so right now, again, I'm just finishing, get down in here, clearing away some of these leaves to open it up for growth. And this right here is what I have placed over top of it. And it comes with the plastic that goes over top of it. I have two of them. So my plan is to put this one here, and then I'm gonna put the second one together and put it over that area where I have the dill weed at, and try to preserve some of that dill for a bit. Right behind me, you guys, this is collards. I still have not harvested because I've been too busy. I see there's something eating at one of them pretty good back here. Here it goes again, Chaz. It's like I felt something. I felt something. Last year, this area right here, this bed here is where I had my garlic at. Oh, I still see some beetles in here eating on my collards. Or beetles, what is it? Boy, I'm telling you, my age is really playing with my memory. The red bug. So hopefully tomorrow will be my goal is to come out here and harvest some of this collard so I can give some away. Yeah, I see them over there. Okay, high country. Bye bye. Have a great day. So let me see. That bee is still over here. I don't remember seeing him over there the other day, but he is loving. So that's why I just leave these the basil out here. The basil right there, and there's a bee right there. The wood burrowing beetles. I know, Chanel. I am. I don't really feel old at all, and I absolutely don't look as old as I am. And not that I'm saying old is old. It's relative, you know. Um, yeah, that bee is still there. So I don't know if it just comes back every day to feed, but hey, he's happy, right? If he's happy and he's doing the job that I need him to do in helping to pollinate, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I've got all these yellow Toro peppers. Wow, it's a lot of them here. This is very heavy. And I'm going to leave these. I'm trying to let them go for as long as possible. Oh, wow, this one is broke. I'm going to take this one off because it's broke. So, do y'all see those? These are yellow Toro peppers. These are not hot peppers, Chaz. Yes, girl, we do not crack at all. Um, These do turn yellow, but I'm finding, of course, as it's gotten cooler here, these are not yellowing. Um, and I don't know if it's because they don't get enough sun, if it's not hot enough, but we're going to use them, right? We're going to use everything. Lots of baby peppers on here. So I'm going to put these in the wagon with the rest of the stuff. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Did anybody answer me about the sorrel? Because I definitely need to, I don't want to lose those. I got some Swiss chard out here that needs to be harvested. Got Swiss chard right there that needs to be harvested. Oh, Chanel. It's the good garden veggies and some more. Okay. This is the other bed that I need to clean out, you guys, but it's not gonna happen today because that's a lot more work to do. These are purple tomatillos. Let me see if I can bring you guys in. You can actually see some purple tomatillos. Let me see, yeah, right where my tool is here. There's purple tomatillo growing right there. There are a lot of them on there, but I don't know that they're going to mature. So I'm going to just have to take that plant down and my okra plant. How many garden beds do I have? So that's subjective, Chaz. Do you want to know how many raised garden beds I have? As in my big beds, my earbud is falling. Um, as get this back. As far as my big beds, the big raised beds, I have five. So I have one, two, three. Those are 8 foot by 4 foot beds. And then the bed that you guys watched me clean out and the one directly across from it with the arch, those are 6 foot by 3 foot beds. Um, then I have, let me see, back in the distance there, those small ones, I have one, two, three, I have four of those, and those are 1 foot by 2 foot, one by two, two by two. I don't think those are two. Maybe they're 2 foot by. I think that's what they are. The oval shaped ones. This is not trying to stay in my ear right now. The oval shaped beds that I had watermelons in, and I had um, that one back there. Those are 2 foot by 2 foot. I have four of those. Sips. Yes, I have a lot. A lot of it has been added just this year. Um, my sips containers, I have 10 of those. And those are roughly 30, no, I'm like looking. I feel like they're about 18, 19 inches wide by like 22, something like that. I have 10 of those, thanks to Jacqueline. Chaz, girl, you are fully grown, and yes, you are doing the thing. I love that you are helping other people as well, and your garden will grow with you. Um, my husband and I, we started out relatively small, and then a couple of years ago, I did the three big beds, and we had a few like sort of in ground raised beds. And then this year, I took it up a few more notches by adding the 6x3 and the sips. And then, of course, we have um, grow bags and containers, and I have an elevated bed too. Um, so it will grow with you. Here's some lettuce, you guys, that I'm growing. This is my elevated bed, as you can see, completely off the ground. And these are the parsnips. I should probably pull these out now. I feel like I should pull those out. So why don't I do that on camera? Let me lock my stand in place so it does not fall. And I haven't even shown y'all the pepper plants that I said I was going to harvest some. Let me go ahead and take these off. That's one, two, three. So now you guys can see the peppers. Three lovely yellow Toro peppers. It is a lot of work, Chaz. It becomes too much a lot of times. But I enjoy it. As all of us gardeners do, I fully enjoy the work that I do. So let me go ahead. This is a toolbox I mentioned before on the live. And literally the only thing that's in here right now is this. So once I do some cleanup of my other tools, I will be putting things back in there. So since this is what I have, this is what I'm gonna use to harvest these parsnips. And it is not parsnips, it's parsley. It is Hamburg parsley. They are not gonna be this long. I can tell you that. They are all bunched together, so I think they're just gonna be like short, thick, round. So let's see, because I'm gonna pull this whole thing up. It has been out here all season. And we're going to, something smells good. We just going to pull this up and see what we got, y'all. Okay. Somebody's cooking something and it smells delicious. Knock this soil off. I'm going to pull a couple weeds. Chanel, you a mess. Oh, wow. Oh, Chaz, yeah, I'm definitely a sweater, but it's not hot right now. So that's the only reason I'm not sweating. So let me show you guys the, what did I say it was called? Hamburg parsley. Okay. So, this is the herb up here, parsley that you can use. And then you can actually eat. Something's been eating at one of these. I'm going to break it apart. I never thin these out. So let's see what these look like. Because I don't know that I'll eat the base of these. There you have it. Here's a parsley. I don't know, Chaz. I have no idea. Let me tell you, I am guilty as charged. I will order some seeds and grow some stuff just because it looks interesting to me. So I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Here's another one. And I may try to, at least taste it since I have now harvested it. This has literally been in this elevated bed all all season. Yeah. So I'm going to take these indoors and I will try them out because it looks interesting. I'm gonna do a search for recipes and how to cook them. But yep, it's that time of the year. It's time to just pull everything out of the garden that doesn't need to be out here. It's a nice big one there. But these should grow long. So I think that's evidence. See, they were just too tight. It's supposed to grow very long. But because it was all bunched together, it looks like an organ, doesn't it? Looks like a human organ. See my reaction um to what it tastes like, Chaz. I'm gonna see. I can't make any promises on that, but I might. I'm gonna just toss that over there. So that's actually not too bad. Right, exactly. There are some of them. There was one I know I looked at. It looked like something's been like this one right here. Can you see all those little tiny holes? So this one is definitely not going to be used. So I don't know what's been eaten at that, but I could use the parsley, the leaves of it. So yep, all of this, and this one looks like it's been eaten on also. I'll use the herbs, and maybe I'll put the herbs in the dehydrator since I have one now. And let me just take this name tag with me so I'll remember what it is. And I'm gonna put this tool back in here. Let me pick up all this debris out of the grassy area. And I'm gonna put it on the tarp with the waste. I'm coming back. I'm coming back, y'all. All right. I really want, yeah, it's some nice sized peppers on this one right here. I see a nice big one down there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Back down up in there, it's a nice sized pepper. And I have peppers in the house, so I'm gonna leave that for at least another day. This is actually a pepper plant too. It's a separate one. I didn't realize or remember that. So this is actually two pepper plants, one here and one there. I'll save those for tomorrow. Y'all hear my wind chime? It's right there. That's my little wind chime. It's a flower pot. Um, well, it's a watering pot that has flowers in it. Not real, of course, with the chimes down below it. Chatters, hello. Hello, Lynette. I think you're just referring to those of us that are in the chat. Thank you all for joining me and watching. I think I'm going to go ahead. One last thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and harvest some of these peppers before I get off of here. And I need something to put them in just for the sake of keeping them together. I'm going to grab an empty flower pot and we are actually going to go and harvest from this pepper plant right here. Y'all see all those peppers? I'm going to take the peppers off of there. Or maybe I should do the one over there first. Because I have one there, I have one there, and I have more over here too. All right. All right. Yeah, I feel like I need to cut them. So these are, again, they have not turned. They will turn. So I may just take them on in the house and let them turn in the house. Chaz, because I know you have a pepper chart. Do you by chance know what the heat rating is of the Santa Fe pepper? That's what these are, Santa Fe peppers. Hopefully you can hear me. And I'm going to come back to the chat in a moment and see if you have an answer for me. So I'm just putting these into an empty pot. Going to take this stuff in the house and let it finish ripening. And this is the plant that I have been saying it has been, look like it's dying back. And then all of a sudden it'll sprout a whole new load of peppers. And this cup is almost full. Now, is there a best method? My other question is there a best practice for letting peppers to finish ripening? Because these will get red. Some of the smaller ones on here, I'm just going to leave them. Until another day. Till another day. Okay. 500 to 700. So that's not that hot, right, Chaz? Yeah, they turn orange and red. Says it's a mild hot pepper. Okay, so I have a lot of them. I don't know how many I have put in here. In fact, I should just go ahead and get the ones off of the other one as well. Okay, I don't even sit my tomatoes in the window. I don't really have a window to sit them in. That's I just sit them out on the dining room table or the kitchen counter, and they'll turn. Okay, not hot at all, she says. Let me grab another container. All right. So, grabbing another container because this one is full. And I'm going to go over to this other pepper plant. Let me see if I can bring y'all in just a little bit closer. I'm going to grab the peppers off of this one next. And what's amazing to me in these self-irrigated planters that I had ground cherries growing in. Wonder what this is right here. You guys can't see it. But in these beds that I had ground cherries in, that's what this is. This is a ground cherry growing back. I pulled the ground cherries a while ago. These are new ground cherry plants. Now, I don't know if there's anything I can do with these to preserve them, take them indoors, because these do take a while to grow. Um, so I'll have to research that. All right. So more peppers. And you know what I need to, Chaz, you were talking about this on your live. I don't know how to make cowboy candy. And I always said I wanted to try it, but I haven't. Look at all these peppers, y'all. Can y'all see that? Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to hold this right over top of the container and snip, snip, snip. Let them go right on in there. Okay. That is it for this plant. Oh, I have two more plants over here with a few peppers, but I'm not going to worry about those. This is the second container. Y'all, that's one of the number number one or number two's planes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look for your video, Chaz, because these peppers will probably sit for as long as it takes for your video to drop. So here, peppers, peppers. Um, so I'm gonna add these to my wagon. And I think I'm going to call it a day out here because it is almost 6 o'clock. Okay. Hey, Calamity Jane. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So I am going to definitely get ready to go indoors. So that means I got to clean up, right? Part that I hate. Um, oh, wait. Did anybody answer my question? I didn't see about the sorrel. Should I take the sorrel off now? Let me scroll back up. Okay, I don't think anybody did. So I'm gonna wait on those. Ah, Chaz, almost got me. It almost got me. Yeah, Cece is. I'm gonna ask her um about it this evening. I'll try to take a picture. Boy, look at the sky. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, look at the sky, y'all. How beautiful is that? I'm gonna have to do this for just for a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail shot. All right. So legs up, the garden stakes that I pulled earlier. Those are gonna come back here. Do 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 do. Where my compost bins are back here, and so I have my stakes back here. Look, I'll do those right there because I don't really like them all the way back there behind everything. So this is why I say I need to have. In fact, let me do this. What I normally do every year, you wait for flowers to drop out. For the sorrel? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, see, that's not a good spot. I'm on a hill. That's why I be struggling. This is a slope right here. So, what I normally do for my steaks every year, and the weeds have just gotten this down. So, I take a tomato cage, take a tomato cage like this, and I'll post it up. And I think what I'm gonna do is just change where I post it up at, because sometimes the hubby come out here and he moves stuff, um, which I understand because it needs because he has to cut the grass. Um, I want to put this somewhere where he won't have to move it. Hmm. I feel like maybe I should put it over by the if the sorrel is large, you are okay to harvest them. Okay. Um, so on here currently on the arch is mostly weed. That's a weed that grows. But there's also this tomato plant. I mean, not tomato, cucumber. It's a type of cucumber. If you can see what's still greenish, this is a cucumber plant. It's called the jelly melon cucumber. And it's been growing for a long time, and I never saw one fruit. Well, the other week when I was on here, um, I found a fruit finally, and it is down here. It's growing, it's prickling, and I'm just letting it be because I don't know how long it's supposed to get. And it's the only one that I see, and I had. Oh wait, I see another one. I was going to say I have two pots out here with plants in them, and I see now in the other pot there's a jelly melon cucumber in there as well. And I'm looking because I see green vines all the way up. Um, but most of this is a weed that grows. I don't know what the type of weed is. It's annoying, but it has died back. And so I always end up having to come and clean all of this off every year. And this arch, it wasn't meant to be right here. I was going to put it on the beds, but we didn't. And so it's just in a space that's out of the way. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Anywho, back to what I was saying about the garden, the support stakes. I'm going to take this tomato cage. I'm going to post it down. I think I'm going to put it over there by the my little storage box. Yeah, I'm gonna put it over there by the storage box, and then I will put all the garden stakes inside of here. So let's go do that. Welcome back, GT. All right, so coming over here, and oh, we got the tarp down over there. Okay, I think what's gonna be easiest. I have a forsythia shrub right here, and we have to cut that back every year. It gets super big. And so I'm literally going to, my husband put these bricks around it because it gets that wide. And then I have pampas grass growing. I'm going to take this support stake and I'm going to put it right here because it can be out of the way for now, for the season. It is broke. All right. I probably have one that I installed a long time ago, Lynette, as far as the plant identification app. If you have a recommendation for one, because I feel like for as much as I garden, I would be okay with paying for one, but I don't want to pay for one that really doesn't help me as well as I expected to. So if you have a recommendation for a plant identification app, let me know because I would like to have that because I have stuff growing all the time and I usually just take a picture of it and I Google it. So yeah, so I'm gonna put that right there. As I said, I'm gonna go get these steaks and put them in there. Okay, and I grabbed some more. So here are the steaks that I had already gathered. I'm just gonna pop these in here, and that way, hopefully they'll hold up. They don't get too heavy. This was another set of steaks that I had still with the connectors on it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop those off. Well, this one is loose. I'm gonna stick that one in there. I have had these steaks for multiple years. They hold up pretty well. I do see this one has is starting to split. You see that? But I've had this for several seasons now. So well worth the money spent to buy some support stakes on an Amazon purchase. It's where I buy most of my stuff. These I keep elsewhere. Ivan Hecko, you are absolutely right. I am a believer, so I don't disagree with you on that. But that's not why we're here right now. So if you want to stay, feel free to stay. But we are not here to spam about Christ. Okay, so no need to block right now, moderators. But if it becomes too much, definitely do that. Yes, Amazon is amazing. All right. So I'm going to bring you guys now my little storage shed right here. This is what I was talking about. Um, in here, and I'm not in here that often. I have this little 5-gallon bucket that has one of those little canvas baggy things that has the pockets. And within there is where I have, doggone it, is some spiders in there. So I wasn't really trying to get too deep in there. This is my whole bag. I actually have 2 bags of these. So these take me a long way. I have plastic in there if I need plastic for covering things. So right now I'm just going to drop these in here. Oh, I see I got another pair of snips in there. I don't go in this that often, so it's a lot. I see spider, spider, spider. A lot of spiders growing in here. And I want to show you the other. Okay. So I know, Ivan, and I appreciate that. I just don't want it to become a distraction from the purpose of this live, which is about gardening. So this is just a Orville Redden butter popcorn container, and I keep my little connectors that I can use for with my support stakes in here. So use the empty containers that you have. I know, Chaz. I know. I'm not quite that bad. I have some. Oh, looky here. Look, I'm finding all kinds of stuff. This is why I need my greenhouse up. My greenhouse is supposed to be in this area here. We'll see if it happens. Look here. This is alfalfa pellets that I purchased and I have not used yet. Alfalfa pellets. These help with, if I'm not mistaken, with restoring nitrogen. It's a good soil rebuilder. It improves the soil structure and water retention. Yeah, it's high in nitrogen. So I may, once I'm done clearing my big raised beds, I will put some alfalfa pellets on top, just so that over the winter they can be rebuilding. So that's that. It's getting dark out here, and I do have a live coming up at 8 o'clock, y'all. So, oh my goodness, so much stuff to clean up out here. So I'm going to leave my cleanup for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a work from home day for me. So I can come out and do some cleanup in the middle of the day during my lunch break. So let's see. Here's what I am taking in today. I got the parsley. I got all these peppers that I'll be taking in. So not a bad harvest for a day that is meant for cleaning up the garden. So thank you guys for joining me live, keeping me company while, and I keeping you company in the case of Chaz while she's cooking. Um, and I'm gonna get ready to head in after I do this cleanup of the main things, which include the strawberry plant I need to finish dealing with. We did this earlier on camera. So we'll finish with this. I wet this down. This one right here is the one from the worm compost bin. These are two that were gifted to me. And now that I've wet this soil down, I can pull these out without the hole caving in. And now all I have to do is carefully. So I usually like to take the plant. I like to take the plant and put the plant itself between my two fingers, like so. Like, can y'all see that? Like this, like, it's like this. And then I just flip it over. And okay, yeah, this is growing nicely. And you can see the roots. So this is a perfect time to go ahead before it started getting root bound. And now I'm just gonna drop it right down in that hole. So if you've never done that before and you struggle with getting plants that are in containers into a pot, that is a great way to do it, is to basically bury the pot to the level that you need it, put your soil around it, make sure it's moist. It don't have to be super wet, but moist enough that it holds that soil. And then that way you have your hole all ready. This one I had pressed down. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Support the flower near the base with your fingers and tilt it. This one, the roots aren't as deep. So some of that bottom fell off. Oh, the whole bottom just fell off. So I'm just going to scoop that soil right on back in there. Trying not to cover my crown up. Pack it in just a little bit. I see there are a couple of comments that have come in. I'm going to check that in just a moment. And I'm going to take some markers. Oh, I shouldn't put them on there yet. Let me find I'm going to just lay this across. I want to indicate that those are the two that came from my tenant because I don't know what type of strawberries they are. Thank you so much, Chaz. I'm actually going to be ending shortly. Let me see if my marker is handy. And then that way I can mark these and you guys can see me put it on top of the tier. Oh, wow. All right, Chaz. I just came from in the garage and the hired help has the football game on and I got my marker. I absolutely love this marker. I believe some of the ladies on the Garden Girls Chat and Chew, someone turned me on to this. This is the Artline Garden Marker. And I ordered a set of like 10 or 12, whatever they came in on Amazon. And when I tell you that the things that I use this on, this ink did not disappear. So I'm going to call this a worm compost strawberry. So I'm just going to plop that on in here for that one. And then these two are from, I'm going to write her first name, Morgan Strawberry. And put one in each of them. And move this closer. and put that one there. All right. Thank you, Chanel. I honestly don't remember where I got these. I've had these for several years now, and I feel like I probably bought these from Home Depot. So I'm gonna turn you guys attention to that tier right there, and I'm gonna place this. Hmm. So I'm looking at this tier. Seems like it was something growing right here. I'm not sure what it is. There are mints in this tier primarily, and this is not up here fully. And when I say fully, meaning it wasn't locked in place. There we go. Because when I lock it in place, oh man, the mint smells so good. I can turn this. Um, Chaz, I was laughing at you the other day, and I believe this is the strawberry plant as well. Um, I got somebody's name on here. I'm not sure why I wrote her name on here though. But the mint smells so good. Um, I think this is gonna have to come out of here. This piece can stay. All right. So now that I've made some space, I can place the other tier on top. Here we go. Get this lined up. And there we go. It is now locked in place. This is 6 tiers high. And so, Chaz, I was saying, I was laughing at you the other day because you were talking about your um, green stalk and how you like to have the appropriate accessories, such as your wheels and things. And I chuckled because I was like, is she talking about me? Is she judging me? And I know you weren't. I'm just joking. Because this particular tier is a tier that I purchased from Amazon. I think it was 2 sets of 3 that I just stacked together. And I have it on a set of wheels that came from Amazon. Um, and I normally just come out here and turn it. But here's the thing, this is 6 tiers right here. So, we were talking about, and you were talking about it on yours, how you don't want green stuff, you don't want your tiers to be taller than you. And so this is 6. This will be the most that I would do because I can still manage this. If I were to put another tier on here, it would be out of control. So for that reason, I wouldn't want a 7 tier green stalk either. This is a weed. We're gonna pull that out of here. And then I'm gonna leave that right here. I'm gonna give all of this some water though. Let me see what's being said over here. I listen, I feel you. I feel you, Chaz. I'm actually similar, but probably not. You're probably worse than I am. I think that's the only difference is that you're probably a little more meticulous than I am. I'm going to go ahead and water all of these because I feel like they need some water. This grows back every year. Some better than others, but this is my mint tower. And eventually I want the whole tower to be mint. But for right now, it does have some strawberry in there as well. So unlike a green stalk where you have a center watering um, space, this doesn't have that. So I'm just taking my time to water each of them. They do have um, drainage holes in the bottom, but the drainage hole requires it to have so much water before it overflows. So I make sure I water every tier. All right. That's that. And with that, right, Farmer Chaz, I don't want to say too much about the whole green stalk thing. Um, yeah, but I feel you because that's why I was like, I would just want that whole thing to be mint. And we're gonna see about the strawberries later. Right. I'm not gonna be standing on no tippy toes for no planter. Yeah, Chaz, I'm not sure where you're traveling to, but definitely safe travels to you as well. Um, you guys know I just came back from North Carolina. I will be going back to North Carolina again, um, either Friday or Saturday. It depends. Our tenants will probably be moving in next weekend, so we'll be going back down. But we still got some things to work out before they're official. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? I will be going to Pennsylvania. That's what Jacqueline was talking about earlier. We're going to be going to Pennsylvania on um, on November the 8th. We'll be in Pennsylvania together attending a conference. Um, and do I have any more travel set up this year? North Carolina again, not for my rental property, but a RV trip where we will be giving back. My RV club will be providing food baskets to families that are in need during the holiday season in particular. So we'll be going down the first weekend of December and providing food baskets. You'll be in Rhode Island. I have not been to Rhode Island in forever. Like I've only been one time, and it was forever ago. We had a good friend who lived in Rhode Island for a while. He was pastoring a church there. Mm. Let's just say I'm only going to enjoy going to. I know that's right. I am not mad at you. I've never been to the DR ever. But one day I will. Is your brother, is Rich going with you to the DR or just the family? All right, let me pick up these tools. Wait, what part are you laughing at, Chad? Oh man, I'm sure you guys are going. Well, if not, if you haven't planned on it, plan on doing a live while y'all are in the DR. We would love to celebrate your birthday with you and see you live with your brother. Um, oh, okay, you, him, and your best friend. That is dope. That is dope. I have other questions, but I don't want to ask too many questions on the live because all information ain't for everybody. And so I'm respectful of that. And I'll ask you separately because I know how to contact you. Um, do any of you guys have like these? Oops. type of seeding trays. I had these last season, and this is what I used to. Ooh, you startled me. I'm going to be getting rid of these because I'm not using them anymore. Because I have the is it the green? Yeah, I have the green stalk sealing trays that I'll be using this coming season. So with that, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of them, Chaz. I just want to have a set of uniform seating trays that will perform the way I need them to perform. Those, while they're great for starting the seeds, you do have to up pot really quick in them. And so I'm looking forward to using my green stalk um, seed starting trays this season because I didn't get to use them this year. Yeah, yeah. All right. I can't believe it's been this long. Thank each and every one of you for joining. If you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Thank you for taking time to hang out with me this Sunday afternoon. And like I said, the Garden Girls Chat and Chew will be starting at 8 o'clock. So I've definitely got to hurry up so I can get back and have the conversation with the ladies and see what we're talking about tonight. I have not even looked at our topics for this evening. So God bless you guys and have an amazing week on purpose if I don't see you later on in the live. And thank you, Chaz and GT, for moderating tonight. Much appreciated.